Good morning, afternoon. Today, I want to invite you to take a step back and look at yourself, not the version you show the world, but the raw, unfiltered you, the one who dreams, doubts, fears, and hopes. Because that's where the magic begins. Embrace radical honesty with yourself. Be brave enough to ask, what am I holding on to that's keeping me stuck? What am I afraid of letting go? That honesty will be uncomfortable, but it will also be your key to freedom. Remember, your journey isn't a race, it's a dance. Stop comparing your steps to someone else's highlight reel. Their rhythm isn't yours, and that's okay. Celebrate your own song, your own progress, because forward is forward, no matter how slow it feels. What are you feeding your mind? If you're filling it with negativity, self-doubt, and criticism, how can you grow? Choose words, books, podcasts, and people that nurture the best in you. Fill your mind with what makes you unstoppable. And when life gets hard, don't let your pain define you. Let it refine you. Your struggles have meaning. Your scars have wisdom. Every time life says, you can't answer back, watch me. Discipline isn't a punishment, it's an act of self-love. You don't need grand gestures. Start small. A single step taken every day will take you farther than 100 made once and forgotten. And most importantly, celebrate yourself right now. You are a work in progress and a masterpiece at the same time. Yes, there's room to grow, but don't miss the beauty of where you are. You're already enough. So today I challenge you, stop looking outward for validation and answers. Turn inward. Focus on improving yourself. You are your most powerful project, your greatest investment, and your most rewarding achievement. The first step toward true self-improvement is embracing radical honesty with yourself. This isn't the kind of honesty we reserve for polite conversations or surface-level truths. It's a deep, soul-searching acknowledgement of who you are, what you've been through, and what you may still be running from. It requires you to peel back the layers of self-protection and examine the parts of yourself you might rather avoid, the fears, insecurities, and even the behaviors or habits that no longer serve you. Radical honesty means standing in front of your own reflection, not with judgment, but with curiosity and compassion. It's asking yourself the hard questions: am I truly living the life I want, or the life I think I'm supposed to want? Am I chasing goals that fulfill me or ones that impress others? What patterns am I repeating that keep leading me to the same dead ends? This level of honesty can feel uncomfortable, even painful. It can stir up emotions and bring clarity to things you'd rather leave in the shadows. But growth doesn't come from comfort, it comes from confrontation. When you face your truths, you take the first steps toward reclaiming your power. You begin to understand that your past mistakes, your doubts, and your fears don't define you. They're merely lessons waiting to be learned and stepping stones toward a better version of yourself. And remember, this process is not about beating yourself up or wallowing in guilt. It's about creating a safe space within yourself where you can admit, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm ready to change that. Radical honesty isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about stripping away illusions and stepping into the light of who you truly are. That's where transformation begins. That's where you start becoming the person you were meant to be. Progress is deeply personal and cannot be measured by the yardsticks of others. Too often we fall into the trap of comparison, measuring our achievements against someone else's timeline, goals, or highlights. But life is not a race with a single finish line. Each of us is on a unique journey shaped by our own experiences, challenges, and aspirations. When we compare ourselves to others, we often overlook the hidden struggles behind their success. What we see is their victory lap, not the obstacles they had to overcome to get there. This distorted perspective can lead to feelings of inadequacy, as if we're somehow falling short. But the truth is, their story is not our story, and their journey does not diminish ours. Your progress is yours to define. It might look like a small step today, a pause tomorrow, or a leap a year from now. It doesn't matter how fast you move or how many detours you take. What matters is that you're moving in the direction that feels right for you. Celebrate the effort you're putting in, no matter how small it might seem. Small victories build momentum, and over time, they add up to monumental change. It's important to remember that personal growth isn't linear. There will be moments of rapid progress and times of stagnation. There may even be setbacks. That's okay. Those pauses and struggles are part of the process. They teach resilience, patience, and self-compassion. Rather than focusing on how you measure up to others, focus on how far you've come compared to where you started. Look back at the person you were a month, a year, or 5 years ago. Recognize the strength it took to overcome past challenges, the wisdom you've gained along the way, and the courage it takes to keep going. Progress is not about competition, it's about growth, self-awareness, and becoming the best version of yourself. Honor your journey, trust your pace, and know that every step you take, no matter how small, is a testament to your resilience and commitment to your own evolution. The mind is like a garden. What you plant and nurture will determine what grows. Feeding your mind the right fuel is one of the most powerful ways to shape your perspective, your choices, and ultimately your life. Everything you expose yourself to, what you watch, read, listen to, and the conversations you engage in has the power to either uplift you or weigh you down. That's why it's so important to be intentional about what you allow into your mental space. If you constantly consume negativity, whether it's self-critical thoughts, toxic relationships, or endless cycles of bad news, you're feeding a pattern that can lead to self-doubt and stagnation. It's easy to underestimate how much influence these things have until you take a step back and notice how they're shaping your mindset. When negativity is the dominant fuel, it drains your energy, clouds your judgment, and makes it harder to move forward. On the other hand, when you choose to fill your mind with inspiration, knowledge, and encouragement, you create a foundation for growth and possibility. Seek out books, podcasts, and content that challenge you to think bigger, act bolder, and dream wider. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and encourage you to believe in yourself. Even the smallest shift in what you consume can have a ripple effect, transforming the way you see the world and your place in it. Feeding your mind the right fuel also means being mindful of how you talk to yourself. The words you say internally matter more than any external influence. Replace self-doubt with affirmations and practice gratitude for what you've accomplished. When your inner dialogue is supportive and empowering, it becomes easier to take risks and embrace opportunities. This doesn't mean you need to ignore life's challenges or pretend everything is perfect. It means choosing to focus on solutions instead of problems, on hope instead of fear. Just as you wouldn't pour the wrong fuel into a car and expect it to run smoothly, you can't expect your mind to thrive if it's constantly weighed down by negativity. What you put into your mind is what you'll get out of it. Choose wisely, because the thoughts you feed today will become the reality you live tomorrow. Pain is an inevitable part of life, but what we do with that pain is what defines us. When we experience hardship, it can feel overwhelming, as if the weight of the world is pressing down on us. But pain, as heavy as it may seem, holds a profound potential. It can either break us or build us, and the choice lies in how we respond. Turning your pain into power is not about denying the hurt or pretending it doesn't exist. It's about finding purpose within it and using it as fuel for transformation. Every challenge, every heartbreak, and every setback carries a lesson. Pain has a way of stripping away illusions, forcing us to confront truths we might have avoided. It teaches resilience, compassion, and strength. Think about the moments in your life when you've grown the most. They likely weren't the easy, carefree times. Growth comes from struggle, from facing adversity head-on and emerging stronger on the other side. Turning pain into power begins with reframing your perspective. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this? How can this experience shape me for the better?" This shift doesn't minimize the difficulty of what you're going through, but it gives you a sense of agency. It reminds you that while you may not control what happens to you, you can control how you respond. Your pain can become your greatest source of strength. Think of it as a scar, not a mark of weakness, but a symbol of survival. It's proof that you've been through something tough and come out on the other side. And scars carry stories. They remind us of what we've endured and how we've grown. When you turn your pain into power, you not only heal yourself, but also inspire others. Sharing your story, your journey, and your triumphs can provide hope to someone else who might be struggling. Your pain, when transformed, becomes a tool for connection and empowerment. This process takes time. It's not about rushing to find meaning or forcing positivity. It's about allowing yourself to feel, to grieve, and to heal at your own pace. And as you do, you'll discover a well of strength within you that you didn't know existed, a strength that turns pain into purpose and struggle into a source of unstoppable power. Daily discipline is the quiet force behind every great achievement. It's not flashy or dramatic, it's the small, consistent actions you choose to take every single day that build the foundation for long-term success. Practicing the art of daily discipline is about showing up for yourself, even when it's hard, even when motivation fades, and even when the results aren't immediately visible. Discipline is often misunderstood as something rigid or punishing, but it's actually one of the most empowering tools you can cultivate. It's a declaration that you value your goals and dreams enough to work toward them consistently. It's not about being perfect or never making mistakes. It's about making the choice day after day to keep moving forward. The beauty of daily discipline lies in its simplicity. It doesn't require grand gestures or drastic overhauls. It starts with small, manageable commitments that align with your values and aspirations. Maybe it's setting aside 10 minutes a day to meditate, writing one paragraph toward a book, or taking a short walk to improve your health. These small actions might seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they compound into meaningful progress. One of the greatest challenges with discipline is the lack of immediate results. We live in a world that celebrates instant gratification, but true growth takes time. This is where faith in the process becomes essential. Trust that every small step you take is leading you closer to your goals, even if you can't see it yet. Discipline isn't about the outcome, it's about the commitment to the journey. Another key aspect of daily discipline is forgiveness. There will be days when you falter, when you don't meet your own expectations, or when life gets in the way. Discipline isn't about never failing, it's about choosing to start again. Each day is a fresh opportunity to recommit, to pick yourself up, and to keep going. As you practice discipline, you'll notice something powerful. It creates momentum. The more you show up for yourself, the more confidence you build. That confidence fuels further action. And before you know it, what once felt like a chore becomes a habit. And those habits become a way of life. Daily discipline is an act of self-love. It's the quiet promise you make to yourself to honor your potential, prioritize your growth, and stay aligned with the vision of the person you want to become. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Celebrating your becoming means recognizing the beauty of your journey, not just the destination. It's about honoring who you are right now, even as you work toward who you're striving to be. Too often we get caught up in chasing the next milestone, the next goal, the next achievement, that we forget to pause and appreciate the progress we've already made. But the truth is, every step forward, no matter how small, deserves to be acknowledged. Your becoming is not a one-time event, it's an ongoing process. Each day you're learning, growing, and evolving in ways you might not even realize. Celebrate the small wins, the times you chose courage over fear, persistence over giving up, or kindness over frustration. These moments may seem insignificant in isolation, but together they create the foundation for the person you're becoming. This celebration is not about perfection, it's about embracing the messy, imperfect, and often unpredictable nature of growth. There will be setbacks, detours, and moments of doubt, but those are just as much a part of the journey as the successes. Instead of focusing on where you think you should be, take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. You've overcome challenges, navigated uncertainties, and kept going even when it was hard. That resilience alone is worth celebrating. Celebrating your becoming also means showing yourself compassion. It's easy to be your own harshest critic, focusing on what's still lacking or what hasn't gone according to plan. But growth doesn't happen in a straight line. It's a series of steps, missteps, and course corrections, and each one is valuable. Treat yourself with the kindness and encouragement you would offer to a friend. This celebration doesn't have to be grand. It could be as simple as taking a moment of gratitude for your progress, journaling about what you've learned, or treating yourself to something you enjoy. The act of acknowledging your growth sends a powerful message to yourself that your efforts matter and that you are worthy of recognition just as you are. You are a work in progress and a masterpiece all at once. Celebrate the strength it takes to keep moving forward, the courage it takes to try new things, and the wisdom you've gained along the way. Celebrate not just who you're becoming, but who you already are, a person who is striving, learning, and growing every single day. In closing, remember that the journey of self-improvement is not about reaching a final destination, but embracing the process of becoming. It's about showing up for yourself every day, learning from your pain, celebrating your growth, and feeding your mind with the inspiration and positivity it deserves. It's about being honest with yourself, honoring your unique pace, and understanding that even the smallest steps forward are steps worth celebrating. You are your greatest project, your most valuable investment, and your most powerful source of change. So as you leave here today, I challenge you to commit to your growth, not in comparison to anyone else, but as a gift to yourself. Because when you focus on improving yourself, you not only transform your life, but inspire others to do the same. Keep going, keep growing, and never stop celebrating the incredible person you are becoming. Thank you.